Guys, this episode is one of the best episodes we've ever put out. We had to put the brakes on guests because we had something to say. This is the X-Files. It's getting broken down.
Upon popular request, we have decided to spend this episode talking about xrecruiter, talking about confessions, and all the partners. A lot of people are reaching out. A lot of people are getting inspired, and they want to know the crux of xrecruiter, what everyone's achieving, and what the numbers are. So in this episode, we talk about what the average xrecruiter partner makes in their first 90 days, our journey from the first month in business to where we are now, what our goals are, what we're trying to achieve with xrecruiter, and share with you some of the stories and the impact becoming an xrecruiter partner has made on all of our recruiters.
Enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Confessions. Now, this one's a little bit different because we had to put the brakes on things. The amount of guests reaching out to us, the support, the community that is evolving, thanks to you guys, we really, really appreciate it. And this episode, we wanted to just jump in and have a chat, give you an update, and let you know everything that's happening here at X.
That's right. So a lot of things have happened over the last 6 months, and from time to time, we like to sit back, take stock, and reflect on everything that's happened. So a lot of people are reaching out saying, hey, where are you guys at now? Looks like you guys are killing it. What's the lay of land? So we thought, you know what, let's just take a small sidestep and put the brakes on the guests and walk through what's been happening over the last 6 months, share a little bit of the story so everyone can come along for the journey with us. So, Dec, you got some dot points of everything that's been happening. Let's go through them.
I do, mate. And this is just over 19 months in business. We've got over 50 partners on the platform. I think it's important we go through the numbers, explain to everyone where we're at, what we've done, and then we can tell you the stories. This isn't just numbers. This is like the stories and the people behind them and the impact this movement is having on everyone. It's insane.
Okay, so let's just go through some facts. Firstly, we'll just pump out a couple of facts just to get everyone up to date with what's doing as of today. And then we'll go through some really spicy stories that is quite heartfelt and gives you more context on the impact of xrecruiter, confessions of a recruiter, and so forth. So first, we've been trading for 19 months. So we're still startup stage. We're still finding our feet with xrecruiter and discovering how much of an impact we are really, really making. It's exceeded a lot of expectations, which is really, really exciting. We've got now over 50 recruiters on the platform.
That's
huge.
Wild.
I remember when we first started xrecruiter and we were making a comment around, oh, geez, if we just had 10 recruiters, that'd be amazing. Geez, that'd be a great business if we were just helping out 10 recruiters. And now we're at 50 recruiters on the platform in our first 19 months, which is pretty awesome.
The road to 100 is so close.
That's right. We do have a short-term goal is we want to change the lives of 100 recruiters by 2025. So we're on track for that. We're just on track for that. So hopefully we hit that by December. And then we start 2025 with changing the lives of 100 recruiters. But we'll all keep you updated, hold us accountable to our goals. And if you want to contribute to our goals, reach out. Okay, average billings in the first 90 days. So this is when someone launches a recruitment agency with xrecruiter, how much do they make in their first 90 days of business on average? We don't want to hear like the star performers or the standouts. There's plenty of them. But if we average those 50 recruiters, how much do they make in their first 90 days?
They make $118,000.
Boom. That's huge.
Let that sink in for a second.
Imagine in your first 3 months of business, you make 118 grand. Now, the recruiters are part of xrecruiter. They're ambitious, they're hungry, they're motivated, just like many other recruiters out there. And so if you could come in and make 118 grand in your first 90 days, geez, imagine the impact on your life, your friends, your family, your loved ones that you can make if you're earning that kind of income. All right, where did we go this year around Australia? We launched a lot of recruitment agencies. Perth.
Yeah, Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Gold Coast. We've been everywhere. And that's in the first 90 days of this year.
The only place we haven't been is Canberra
Which we will be visiting soon.
Which we'll be visiting soon. We actually do have a Canberra recruiter starting shortly in tech, and we haven't been Northern Territory.
No.
Is there any recruiters in the Northern Territory?
There's plenty.
Is there?
If you're one, reach out to us. We'd love to meet you, and we'll do a podcast when we're in the NT.
Yeah, Northern Territory recruiters, hit us up.
We'll see you in the NT.
We had an incentive last year to go to Fiji. Do you want to walk us through what that incentive was?
So the last quarter of last year, many of our partners were 6 months in business. So still finding their feet, still, by many means, it's still 18 months away from profitability if you go by the standard business practice and the stories that get thrown around and told across business folklore, which we are realizing they're stereotypes and we're breaking all those barriers. But we had an incentive at the end of last year, bill $150,000 and we'll get a ticket to Fiji. Long behold, there's 8 of us now going.
There's 8 partners going to Fiji. We're going there for 5 nights or 4 nights?
5 nights. By the time this drops, we'll be on
in
our
Fiji.
last day.
Yeah, in Fiji. So that's pretty awesome. Going away and celebrating with a bunch of other recruiters in Fiji is always really, really fun. Okay, this is a big one. So xrecruiter growth. We did have a news article come out recently about 10xing our growth in 6 months, and we're kicking a lot of goals. But what is the actual number for the compound annual growth rate, which is CAGR, which is a AFR term that they essentially judge all the businesses on around how much they're growing.
AFR, to give you context, is Australian Financial Review. It's the #1 business publication in the country.
So what's our CAGR?
It is over 2,200% growth.
Massive. Now, to put that in context, the AFR fast starters for like the last 5 years, the #1 in the last 5 years did about 3,000% growth. #2 did like 2,300. Number three did 2,100. And then the rest were like 1,500, 1,400, etc. So,
tell the story prior to 2022 as well.
What's the story prior to 2022?
Well, how big a business year was last year.
Oh, okay. So the average, for people on the AFR Fast 100 list, before COVID, used to max out at about a 600% growth rate. Since COVID happened, we had like this random crazy growth across a lot of different industries, like this COVID boom, which pushed everyone to like 1,000 to 2,000% CAGR growth. And it's come down a lot since then. But if we average and look at the last 5 years and compare what xrecruiter is at the moment, we're probably sitting #2 on Fast 100 fastest growing companies in AFR, which is extremely exciting since 2022.
Which is mind-blowing. This is good, nothing to do with the recruitment. This is the whole industry. This is every business that's been started in the last 2 years, and we are posting numbers to put us in the 1, potentially 2 spot.
Yeah. So I'm pretty confident we'll be top 5, depending if someone else comes in and just absolutely blows this out of the water. But top 5, I think we're a shoe in. So we'll find that out in November.
Yep.
So probably in about 6 months' time, if we listen back to this, maybe we'll be cheering and go, those boys had no idea. But I think we'll be top 5, which will be really exciting. Opened a new office.
We did, mate. Melbourne. It's
How
flying.
Good. The Melbourne office is sick.
It's a vibe.
It's on Collins Street, 477 Collins Street. I think there's another couple of recruitment agencies in there.
Yeah, Hudson's in there. A couple of others.
Yeah.
Pretty sure as well.
So if you ever want to drop by xrecruiter, meet some of the team, meet some of the other xrecruiter partners. There's xrecruiter partners working out of that Melbourne office. Matt Cossens, who's our Chief Growth Officer, and we'll explain who he is in a moment. He's out of the Melbourne office as well. We also do have a Brisbane office that we've got maybe 7 partners work out of. So I think the really special thing about xrecruiter is the community. And that's what a lot of people join xrecruiter for, community and support, where you've got an office of literally 8 different recruitment agencies all running their own race, but all supporting each other in business, creating wins. And now instead of, starting a recruitment agency or working from home in your spare bedroom all alone and not getting any love, you can actually be part of an xrecruiter cohort currently in Melbourne and Brisbane, soon to be in Sydney, depending on how many more partners we get in there. But pretty exciting to have that Melbourne office there for a lot of the partners and Matt. Okay, let's talk about Matt, the man himself.
MC. He's a mate. He's a bloody legend. I love working with him. A lot of stature, a lot of meaning, a lot of presence. He's been a huge value add to the team. And, you know, the reason he's here, he's like, boys, I want the story. I want the story. I want to be a part of something bigger. I want to truly transform this industry. And he sees xrecruiter as the best vehicle to do that. And we're extremely grateful to have him on board. He's made a huge impact, set up a lot of coaching, a lot of structure, and put some amazing pillars already in place within his first 3 weeks of joining, and really driving that front forward for many of our partners and really getting them thinking what's possible. And like what he says, he goes, I've coached many recruiters. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. He's billed on average 1.5 mil every year since his third year in recruitment. He's a bit of a savage too outside of recruitment. It's not just about the phones and clients. He's, you know, loves his ice baths, big workouts, eating meat, man's man, and he really gets around it. But he's got a genuine heart of gold, and that's why I love working with him.
Yeah, and just to give context on how Matt came about, because I think that's important too. So about a year ago now, we were on the hunt for Australia's best recruitment coach. And we didn't want just a recruitment coach that just told you how to like do BD and what your numbers need to be. We wanted someone who was holistic in the sense that they cared about health, wealth, finance, relationships, recruitment, absolutely across the board.
The big six.
And we got referred to we got referred to Matt. Sorry, Matty. We got referred to Matt. And what we did is we put together xrecruiter's quite famous 90-day $1 million biller induction program. So essentially what that is when you come to xrecruiter, go, hey, I want to start my own recruitment agency. We get you set up, branding, accounts, back office, tech, resources, etc. We then put you in our 90-day induction where for the first 90 days of your business, you go through an intensive coaching program to make sure that your first 3 months is absolutely rock star. Now, this is probably the reason why, on average, every recruiter that joins makes 118 grand in their first quarter, because they go through our induction. We make sure that every box is ticked, every process is sorted, and you're focused, you're clear, and you know exactly what you're doing in your first 3 months of business. So we conducted these 90-day induction programs for all new recruits coming through to xrecruiter and starting their own agency. And then ultimately, Matt just goes, geez, this whole community with xrecruiter it's like there's such a buzz. Everyone's motivated to change their lives and level up and be their best version of themselves. And then it just kind of flourished from there. And then all of a sudden we thought, geez, what if Matt was with us full time? Now, Matt has got some serious accolades in his career. And so what better way to start a business now? Like, I literally cannot think of a better way to start a business where someone helps you get set up. And then you've got Matt, who, you know, highest year is 2.25 or $2.3 million billings. Helped with the exit of Orec to $50 million, exiting to Randstad. So imagine as the director. And then imagine if you had, you know, you started your business and then you had him sitting with you one-on-one, absolutely making sure you're firing on all cylinders and you're building a really valuable and a really good business. I can't think of a better way to start a company than to have like every high performer in your corner that looks after you in that sense. So pretty exciting stuff that Matt's on board. We've now also implemented across the network some training packages, and we've rolled them out. A lot of partners are taking the training packages pretty seriously, so they're quite fun. What are the training packages?
So we've got Concierge, Concierge Plus, and Ultimate X. So majority of partners are on either Ultimate X or Concierge Plus, and that is purely to get more one-on-one time with Matt. So what that means is he'll do a half-day workshop induction with you and your team, and then he will break down exactly what your goals look like and how he can be a part of your business and what it looks like to scale. So that's a really customized package, a lot of time with him, ad hoc check-ins, anything you need that's going to take your business, whether that means bringing in, more senior chartered accountants, running your numbers, really optimizing everything, finding loopholes, training your staff, and really just bolstering this up. Because as much as you feel like in agency you could be running a big desk or a big business, the reality is you just don't understand until you're really in business for yourself. There's a lot of top execs across any industry that get paid, can be hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars a year. Until you're in your business for yourself and fighting for your own dollar, a lot of what goes out the window. Yep. So being able to, get in, realize that, and then build on that with that
coaching package and that support and all that kind of stuff makes a massive difference.
Impact.
So, like these coaching packages are essentially the point of them and the outcomes of these coaching packages. They specialize in getting a 500K biller to billing $1 million a year. So if you like the sound of that, if that's really interesting to you, then maybe it's worth reaching out and we can explain to you exactly how we do that. It's happened a lot throughout our network already, so there's definitely some solid runs on the board. How many new agencies have we launched this year? I'm pretty sure our socials pop off every single week with a new agency.
Mate, everyone's so pumped.
Yeah. So
we've got these signs flying in the office every single day, it feels like.
So 23 new recruitment agencies launched this year. Wild. That's more than one a week.
Yeah.
We're launching a new recruitment agency every single week. So the buzz is there. The foundations are there. Everyone's getting on board. And you know what's interesting? Everyone's taking this leap to make their lives better, to level up, to change the impact that they have on their friends, their family, and themselves. But a lot of people love joining xrecruiter because of the story that it has and the impact that it's making across the board in recruitment. Like, I reckon we've had at least 3 or 4 partners join xrecruiter because they want to be something that means something, that's better for the industry, that's actually contributing and making an impact to the industry, and just being a part of the xrecruiter journey intimately on the inside is really, really fun. Okay, so if there are any recruiters out there that are interested to find out what it's like to have a VA support them in their role, whether that be to bill more, reduce tasks that they don't enjoy doing, or be a more effective recruiter in their niche, then we definitely recommend reaching out to the Outsource People or TOP. Reach out to them, inquire on how they can implement a VA in your agency and to support you. And if you mention xrecruiter or Confessions of a Recruiter, they will give you a 13% discount off your bill per month on this VA that will allow you to scale your business, scale your desk, and to bill more and make more money. So go reach out to the Outsource People, say Confession sent you, get your discount, and see what is possible. Awesome to see 22 new agencies launched this year. We've hopefully got another 40 recruitment agencies that we're getting launched by December.
We don't hope. We will. We have.
We will have 40 recruitment agencies launched by December. You're right, mate. I need to cut that language out, don't I? Okay, xrecruiter's growth month on month. On average, since we've started 19 months ago, we're growing about 38% month on month from a revenue standpoint, which is massive. To be able to hold that average for 19 months is pretty impressive, which is why we've got over 2,200 CAGR.
And we have no control. xrecruiter has no control over that growth. That is purely partner success.
Yep.
That's new partners joining and the existing partners absolutely crushing it. So that's where that comes from. We can't help with that. Yep. So that is purely up to them.
And I've got here now, we're doing this for the little guys. We're trying to change people's lives. It's not just actually about launching a recruitment agency. It's about changing the lives of recruiters for the better, making an impact. I mean, there's a lot of stories that we have and that we should be sharing. Because it does give you goosebumps and it gives you a bit of a tear in your eye to hear the impact that all these recruiters are having in their lives from starting their own business. Do you want to share some of those stories?
Yeah, mate, 100%. Like, whether they're involved like in sport, so there's been a lot of sponsorships happen as well at their local clubs, like Jack from Yakka. Shout out to Yakka Solutions. They've sponsored their local netball team that Tay's a part of. So all women's netball team, and they're 5-0 for the season.
So Jack's about 1 year in business, perm recruiter in Parks, has a young family, used to be in recruitment in Brisbane, moved to regional New South Wales, and now he gets to sponsor his local netball team and be a part of the community and actually contribute. And that's an amazing story.
It's huge, mate. Same like Harwell, Adam and Harvey, both huge soccer fans, done really well in the sport. I reckon they'd be the recruitment industry's best soccer players.
Yeah, on the Gold Coast again. I think they're 3 or 4 year recruiters, are they?
Yeah, 3 or 4 year recruiters from Hayes. They're 12 months in June, July. So they're 9 months in business. A month or two ago, they sponsored the Broadbeach Soccer Club where they play. Adam's a captain of the team. So these are the impacts. Nothing gets you more excited than, it's cool to have your logo on your shirt, but when you have the logo like on your football club jersey, on the signs around the club, like Ellie is 3 months in business. She's already sponsored her husband's football team near her house where she goes down and supported for years.
Yeah.
So having a sign around the grandstand, doing these things like Ascend recruits in the exact same boat, and not just that feeling.
Yeah, you can make it's nice to, increase your income and make all this crazy amounts of money that you never made before. But it's what you do with that actually makes a big difference to your own fulfillment. And so, there's a trend. It's like a lot of these recruiters are starting their own agency, and then they're feeling the success and the gratitude of their decision, and then they want to give back.
And it's going straight back into their community.
Yeah,
like
amazing.
Having kids, how important local junior sport is, and these businesses are getting behind it. Like that's really what this is all about. The impact. It's not about your billings. It's about fulfillment and what you can get out of it, and the options that you create for yourself, and the new relationships that those sponsorship deals get for you. Like just the other day, Adam and Harvey were in the Titans doing videos at the Titans dressing sheds and going around the performance center on the Gold Coast Titans. So these things are just absolutely massive. And for first-time business owners, 9 months in business, 3 months in business, like if you go out, and I've even chatting to Jory when I'm at the gym, he's like, bro, I was speaking to my mechanic and, we were chatting about what we're doing, and he's like, mate, what the fuck? This shouldn't be possible. Like this world of recruitment and these new businesses and what they're achieving. Like if you tell anyone about this, like it shouldn't be real. Like they can't even fathom it. And there's multiple people doing this, and it just fills my heart with so much. Like even other stories like Harwell's Harvey's wife she doesn't have to go back to shift work after maternity leave.
Yeah,
like that is such a huge impact. Like I would love to be able to do that for my missus and say, hey, everything's going to be all right. I think Jory's, they're a single income family. Belle doesn't have to work after maternity leave.
Yeah.
Like that is.
Yeah, imagine being able to truly provide for your family. Not that you can't, but to increase your income so much and then also be your own boss to have the flexibility
in such a short time. These aren't like 15-year recruiters. These are like people that couldn't do it 9 months ago and now they can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's massive. And it's rewarding being able to be that rock for your family, to go, hey, I've got you as well. And it's kind of hard to do that on wages. So when you do kind of unlock that next level of success and you do have that freedom and flexibility to physically be there for your family when you want to, you don't have to report to a boss or put in annual leave or chuck a sick day or give someone some notice before you want to go to your daughter's, running carnival. You can just go do those things and make up the hours when you want, because you're your own boss, you're making your own money and you're providing for your family in the way that you want. There's a lot of gratitude that comes from the family as well when these things happen, around someone really being there to care for them and provide for them over and above baseline. So the impact that it has on the broader family rather than just yourself as an individual is pretty huge too.
And Sam being able to have Wednesday afternoons with his kids.
Yeah.
So like those little things is what it's all about. And just one of the most special moments that happened recently was just last Friday at Sophie's launch. Like what it meant to her and her family and her dad, and the speech she gave, and the whole xrecruiter team was able to be there and see that launch in person. It brought Sammy to tears.
Yeah.
Sammy's our accountant and sets up these businesses and goes through the ASIC portal and gives them the documentation and does all that. But she's like, until I was able to see firsthand what this truly meant to someone, then, you know, I didn't really realize the impact. And now I do. It gives me goosebumps. Like, you know, they shared a tear together, which is super special, mate. And, you know, Fabian down in Melbourne as well with his family, and we're laughing at the launch, and, you know, the big Italian feast. And, you know, it's just, these moments are just so special. Going surfing with Geordie.
Because I don't know if anyone out there has started a business before. Obviously there has been, but like the feeling of starting the business without xrecruiter. Like when I started Vendito and I registered my company, and I just got sent an ABN letter, and I thought, fuck, now what? I'm technically a business owner. This all hype of becoming a business owner has gone down like a lead balloon. I've just got some documentation. Now I've got a lot more stress and responsibilities. And it wasn't fun. And it was a nervy time. It was a big world of unknown. You had no idea what you were doing. You were hoping you were getting the right suppliers from accountants, from softwares, from all these different things that you need, insurances for your business. And you're just kind of winging it. And you've got a level of nervousness. Whereas these guys, they get, you know, a launch party, they get the official, you know, rubber stamp to be like, hey, congratulations, you're now a business owner. Psychologically, it makes sense. They're ready to go. They're launched into market. They've got people there looking after them, guiding them, showing them the direction that they need to run, so they can just run and not, you know, have to worry about, are there any gaps in my business? Can someone sue me for $1 million? And, you know, what do I do there? What if someone doesn't pay my invoice? All these little things are now removed. It just gives so much freedom and time and energy back for these recruiters to just do what they're really good at with their clients and candidates.
Yeah, and like the beautiful time we had with Lily and Louie, and they're like, look, we never thought we'd get into business.
Yeah.
And now they are. Yep. And they're absolutely smoking it. Yep. Like they're doing really, really well. So and they're from Lambda Recruitment, mate. And it was an awesome dinner, great time.
The bank
down in Melbourne. Great feed.
Yep.
And even just like Eric, mate, the buzz with Tech Pulse, Paddy, like I could just sit here and rattle off everyone's names. The amount of travel that everyone's going through, like it's just an electrifying feeling. It like Crystal's really overseas. Fun. Zach and Greta are going overseas. Like Fraser, Jimmy, they've both been to Tokyo, Japan.
I swear 20% of our partners start a business, make 118 grand, and then go on a holiday. That's literally the common theme with a lot of like the single or you know, the younger partners. They just make all this cash and then go traveling because they've never had the opportunity to do it to the extent that they can do it now. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think Dimpy went to Bali in her first month.
Yeah, first 4 weeks of business, makes 50K and goes to Bali. Yeah, wild.
But it's just that overall sentiment that just gets you so excited. Like even, you know, Thomas Luke launching this week. Big Lukey.
Mate.
15, tell the story, mate.
So Thomas Luke, amazing brand. That'll come out very, very shortly. So, you know, Luke is a 15-year recruiter, getting kind of bored, stale, hitting the glass ceiling, not getting much fulfillment out of recruitment, and decided that, you know, he's at the point where it's now or never. Like, I think he's 40. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to give this a crack, back myself, and see what happens. And going through the xrecruiter onboarding process, you know, there's a few times we had a conversation, and he was just wrapped. He's like, Blake, I've literally got the excitement back for recruitment again. I haven't felt like this about recruitment for 10 years. And I'm just so excited now to wake up every morning and to see what I can do. Whereas for the last 10 years, it was just monotonous. It was boring. It was unfulfilling. And now I've got that spark back. So just want to say I really appreciate that. And I love everything that we're doing at the moment. And I can't wait to, you know, have my first 12 months in business. I'm really excited. So it's even little things like that where you'll get a recruiter who's been in the industry for a while, who's just lost the passion and the spark and the excitement. And then they just need a bit of and there's no point in changing recruitment jobs to another agency because it's just the same shit somewhere else. But the one thing that does make sense is to go, you know what, why don't I just create my own brand and keep doing what I'm doing, get the spark back, get the passion back, and start becoming more fulfilled personally and professionally. And it's amazing to see all these recruiters going through these life-changing transformations inside xrecruiter, because that's what it's all about. It's about helping people level up.
Look at Geordie. He's been out of the industry for 3 years.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely abolished this average billings.
Yeah. What does he earn in his first 3 months?
I think it was 46 and then 52 in his second month.
So he made 100 grand
in almost 2 months.
In 2 months, and he was out of the industry for 3 years.
So, mate, and Zach and Greta, congratulations to them. They've been engaged. Well, they got engaged. They're spending a week in Bali. They've launched their business. They've booked their wedding. 2024 is on for them. They've set the theme. Mate, Rhiannon, Jade over in Perth, lighting it up. 6 and 8 year recruiters at Spencer Ogden. And they said, look, let's do our own separate things. And, mate, they've never been happier.
Yeah, mate, they look awesome. I'm really excited for both of them. They're awesome recruiters to have a part of our network in Perth. Really good foundation. I'd love to get over to Perth more, help more Perth recruiters. There seems to be a lot of ambition in Perth of people wanting to do it, but they're so far away, so they're a little bit nervous. It's just good that those two girls have taken that leap and shown all the other Perth recruiters what's possible. And hopefully it's going to inspire a lot more other recruiters over there to go, you know what, I can do this for myself as well.
And even Taylor, mate. One of your clients.
One of my clients. That's so funny, actually. I've got one of the clients at Vendito has now joined Vendito. One of the clients at Vendito has now joined xrecruiter. So I'm just converting clients now. Stuff prospecting. Just go back to existing accounts. Taylor, who used to work at HealthX, healthcare recruitment agency. We did a lot of work with them at Vendito, helping them find recruiters, funnily enough. And she's gone, you know what, I'm just going to do this for myself. And so she's got Diligent Health, which is awesome brand, looking after nurses, both internationally and within Australia. And,
mate, Tash from Raw Earth, Jess from JA, the buzz is electric.
The list goes on, mate. We could be here for hours talking about all the partners.
But mate, even to chat to their husbands, wives, mate, I've never seen them happy. I've never seen them more fulfilled. And they're literally, 3-4 weeks in business. They're going through it. And
you know what's funny? Most of their partners are more confident in them starting a recruitment agency than the recruiter themselves. They'll sit down, they'll be a 500K biller, a 800K biller, whatever. And they're like, oh, shit, I don't know if I can do this. What if the market turns? What if I don't get any money? When's the first deal going to come through? And it's usually the wife or the husband or the partner going, you can do this. You've been doing it for years. Just fucking have a crack. And it's the partners that have more confidence and faith in their ability than the recruiters themselves, which is funny. So if you've got a partner out there that's trying to give you the nudge to go, why aren't you doing this for yourself? Then here is your gentle reminder to just have a crack.
Yeah, go ask your partner if you should do it for yourself.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Hey, do you reckon I should start my own business? What do you think? And see what they say.
But guys, I just really am truly grateful for all of your support, the recognition, the messages. It just really fills our hearts with a lot of fulfillment, keeps us going, keeps the fire alive. And none of this could be done. These partners couldn't have this success. The team, the enjoyment we get working with every single person at xrecruiter. There's been a lot of key hires this year, and we're just so grateful for everyone that has been a part of this journey.
Yeah, and look, we can't wait to sit here in another 6 months and give you a little bit of an update with xrecruiter and Confessions, because we get the sense there's a lot of people on this journey that are following us, that are watching us, they're seeing how we go, cheering us on. So really appreciate that. So look, we're really, really motivated to make a huge impact into the recruitment industry, specifically focused on helping recruiters level up their lives. We truly believe we are going to be the next massive Australian recruitment startup. And so that's the journey that we're going on, and and we can't wait to get there.
We're on our way already. Look at these numbers. Look at these stories. And shout out to some new hires this year. We got Em in customer support, Taryn in customer success, Mauricio is a senior graphic designer, Tyler's video editor, Matt Cossens is Chief Growth Officer, and Marcelo in UI UX. So the team work incredibly hard to be able to bring these agencies to life, support these agencies once they go live, and really make sure we are building the next generation of businesses the best way possible.
And just to wrap all this up, it wouldn't be remiss of us to put in a little call to action. If you are a recruiter and you think it's interesting to know what it would be like to start your own recruitment agency, to work under your own brand, if you want to figure out how much money you should have saved, you want to figure out how much it's going to cost, you want to figure out what your life might look like in 12 months if you were to do this, reach out to me, Declan, Matt Cossens. We'd love to be able to get to know you, what your personal circumstances are, and how this can become a reality for you to see if it makes sense to level your life up under xrecruiter as well. So reach out to us.
Give us a buzz.
Tangy. Beauty. That's the episode.
Nice. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And shout out to Serge, brother. I appreciate all these trips you're coming on.
Yeah, Serge.
Appreciate everything you do for us. None of this would be possible without you. This podcast every Wednesday.
The backbone of xrecruiter is Serge. I'm not even joking, mate. You are the backbone. So thank you.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
All right. See you next week on Confessions.
Happy recruiting. Thanks
for tuning in to another Confessions of a Recruiter podcast with Blake and Declan. We hope you enjoyed and got a lot of value and insights out of this episode. If you do have any questions or you would like to recommend someone to come on the Confessions podcast, we would love any introductions. And remember the rule of the podcast: like, share, and recommend it to a friend. Until next time.